shining a light. Cyprus confidential revelations help move needle on a complex policy challenge. Use of tax havens by rich to siphon off wealth. An investigation by Indian Express in collaboration with International Consortium of Investigative Journalists has further lifted the veil on the vexed problem of tax havens. The Cyprus Confidential focus on how the Mediterranean island has become the preferred port of call for the global rich in the quest of shadow financial hub to wash dirty money. Over the past decade, a series of investigations from offshore leak in 2030, HSBC Swiss leaks 2050, Panama Paper 2060, Paradise Paper 2070, Pandora Paper 2021 have exposed the complex maze of transactions that show how the tax haven help the rich across the world to siphon off wealth and avoid paying tax in their native countries. The use of tax havens to avoid paying the full quota of taxes is an enormous policy challenge that needs sustained attention. According to the States of Tax Justice 2030, authored by advocacy group Tax Justice Network, countries the world over are on course to losing $4.8 trillion tax havens over the next 10 years. That's an amount almost equal to the GDP of Japan, the world's third largest economy. Cyprus Confidential, which involved more than 270 journalists from more than 60 media houses in 55 countries and territories, intended to close examination of 3.6 million documents in English and Greek sourced from 6 Cyprus-based financial service providers and a Latvian agency with an office on the island. In India, the Indian Express analyzes more than 20,000 documents. The investigation has exposed investments made by prominent Indian businessmen, cashing in a range of benefits provided by Cyprus, from preferential and loosely controlled the tax rate to the tax exemption on income and gain of the offshore trust, zero state duty, no trust registration requirements, and the promise of benefice open secrecy. These investigations also reveal the name of several prominent Indian investors who become Cypriot nationalists under the country's Golden Passport scheme, valid between 2007 and 2020. In it, Cyprus passports were made available in return for an investment of 2 million euros and gave the new recipients not just the freedom of movement but also a protective shield for the secretive investment in that country. From an international perspective, a big takeaway from the Cyprus Confidential revelations is how Cyprus, despite being an EU member state, became a hospitable financial hub for Russian oligarchs. In essence, the investigation has shown how an EU member state has facilitated Russian President Vladimir Putin's autocratic regime and other dictator and anti-democratic actors in evading taxes and money laundering. Within the country, the finding of the investigation shines the light in dark corner, all the better for government and regulatory agencies to move forward on more purposefully. Drug detox. Use of IT-enabled solutions should be accompanied by enhancement of the capacity of regulators. In recent years, adverse reports on Indian generics have led to questions being asked of the regulatory procedures government the pharma industries. At least 7 Indian-made cough syrup have been flagged as substandard by WHO. The US FDA too has raised serious concern. The country's policymaking has been shown to respond to these charges. It has either resorted to piecemeal solution or denial allegations of regulatory failures. In August, the government belatedly directed medicine manufacturers to follow WHO standards. It has now followed up this move by setting up a team to develop a portal that will enable tracking of the drug making processes. Medicine manufacturers will be required to feed in details of raw material, and distributors will need to uphold their invoice on this platform. The site will also contain information about spurious and poor quality drugs unearthed by inspectors. This could help tackling the problem posed by a movement of substandard medicine across the state borders. The platform will also track court cases related to the pharma industries. Studies have shown that pharma measures outcome production to small units, which often escape the regulatory radars. The state regulatory bodies find it difficult to track down supply chains of the firms that comprises fly-by-night operators. While adulterations get belated attention at times, experts believe that a major intractable problem is that the substandard drugs that delay or compromise treatment. By all accounts, a large section of the physicians in the country do not seem to have faith in unbranded drugs. In August, a doctors' protest forced the National Medical Council (NMC) to take back its directives on the prescribed generic medicines. The use of IT-enabled procedures could make the pharma industry's process transparent and improve coordinated between the country's 36 regulators. But a single window for all drugs regulation should be seen as only the first step toward restoring the credibility of generics. India has among the toughest law against spurious drugs. However, a robust regulatory mechanism also requires an effective system for monitoring manufacturing and sale units. That is still in the works. Most states have not found a way to adopt a 20-year-old formula of the Maslachar Committee, which recommended one drug inspector for 50 production units and one inspector for 200 retail units. In several states, there is no clear demarcation between the role of drug testing and food regulatory agencies. Field officials are often tasked with administrative work related to the cancellation and renewal of the license. Their primary responsibility of scrutinizing the safety and efficacy of medicine suffers as a result. That is why the creation of a portal for drug control should be accompanied by measures to enhance the capacity of regulatory bodies. Thank you.